So I was attracted to a role at Risk Ledger because previously I'd worked in the channel and I really wanted to work for an exciting new vendor, which provided me with the opportunity for growth and a bit more responsibility in my role. So one of the fears I had when joining Risk Ledger was I'd started in the middle of a global pandemic. So understandably, there was always going to be the issue of working remotely, and whether there were going to be open communication channels, especially as Risk Ledger is a startup, and whether that was going to be easy or going to be difficult. Thankfully, that was proved to be wrong, and it was really well structured. Everyone was really friendly and open in terms of communication, and I found the onboarding process as a whole pretty much seamless. My role is to build and execute an outbound sales strategy for the Risk Ledger team, and the idea is I'll book in demonstrations for the wider sales team that are qualified and help them have pipeline for the oncoming year to bring in revenue to the company. My biggest success so far at Risk Ledger has been hitting my targets for the first quarter in each month, which I've been booking demonstrations. I'm hitting my target for the February month and the March month. And what really surprised me is how easy it was to get traction with really large enterprise level companies in terms of opening doors. I've never had it before with any company I've worked for. Previously, I worked for a managed service provider, so that was really targeted at small to medium sized businesses anyway. But even before that, as a cybersecurity company, it took a lot longer for me to get in touch with these big companies. So it's been really positive as a whole working for Risk Ledger so far in this role because of how easy the traction has been. Yes, one of the good things about the team at Risk Ledger is everyone's given freedom to work and to sort of do what they know they can do and work to the best of their abilities. So I already knew I could do this role when I joined the company. This is not a learning how to do the role kind of situation. And I can honestly say both my line manager and CEO have been really supportive in just letting me work out how best to build my own strategy for doing it and showing them that I can deliver. And that's been one of the big pluses of being here so far, is that no one's been micromanaging me really. The only advice I've been getting has been totally constructive and helping me build a strategy. And yeah, no, all good. The biggest surprise for me so far with joining Risk Ledger is how well structured and how on the ball everyone has been from straight away joining. I'd never worked for a startup before, in all honesty, so I just wasn't expecting everything to be as organized or as motivated, or people to be as motivated as they were. And that's been really impressive to me, how everyone seems to know their role, everyone works really hard to achieve it, and we seem to have built a really good team here of people that are really positive mindset, but at the same time know what they're doing and work really hard to achieve their goals. I've worked in places before where you had a mix of people, and I was expecting the same here, but it's been a real surprise to me how pretty much everyone I've worked with has been faultless in what they've been doing. It's a really exciting place to be. My favourite aspect of being part of the Risk Ledger team so far is that I'm working with people that I feel have a similar mindset to me in terms of their attitude towards work culture, in both the sense that they're hardworking. We believe that you work hard, play hard, so you get rewarded positively for what you do here in a way that other companies maybe don't pay as much attention to doing so. That really has chimed well with me and how I feel a company should be run. A good example of this is, for example, our CEO set up a Deliveroo, a Deliveroo allowance weekly, which is just unbelievable, really. I've never had anything like that anywhere before, where we can weekly use Deliveroo allowance to get a takeaway at the end of the week. Stuff like this, little things all add up to make it feel like a really good environment to work for and to positively motivate you to make sure you want to do the best for your team, right? Because they're treating you well, you want to treat them well. It's simple, really. The worst thing about working for Risk Ledger so far isn't directly to do with the company, but is really just a product of the environment that we're in right now. So we're in the middle of a pandemic. For those watching, hopefully you're out of the pandemic. But for those that are watching, I've had to start this job remotely. That's had challenges in the sense that I haven't been able to meet any of the people that I work with. And sure, we've done a really good job of keeping the communication channels open, but I do think there's a lot of value in getting to meet people every now and then and to brainstorm, and you do get a certain sort of buzz and excitement from that you don't necessarily get remotely. So that would be the only part of the experience I'd say so far that I say could have been improved, but that's nothing to do with Risk Ledger really. That's just to do with what's going on in the world. I would definitely recommend working at Risk Ledger to a friend. In fact, I've already recommended a couple of friends already to do so. So my opinion is if the opportunity to work for Risk Ledger comes up, you should take it and go for it. When I had the opportunity, I had a couple of other options as well. And I was on the fence a little bit about joining a startup because I hadn't joined it before. There were perhaps safer options in a way to have gone for, but I have absolutely no regrets in what I've done so far. Like, everything has been way better than what I expected. And in terms of the product and the company, it's really moving forward in quite an exciting way. So believe them when they tell you that it's an exciting company to be working for. The product really is having good traction with customers that are enterprise level. So it's not something which is going to be very short lasting. And yeah, the people and the environment's great to work in.